27th. Yeah, we're recording. Last power standard ICANN statement. So we're power standard 2, ICANN statement 5. This will be our last one. And it is, I can find sales tax, tip, and discount. So these will be real life situations. We're still using percents. And now I'm about to show you why we've been working with percents for the last 3 weeks. All right here. These are the problems that you will see in real life. Sales tax, tip, and discount. Okay? So the first thing I want to talk about, number 1, is sales tax. Now, in Detroit, does anybody know what the sales tax is here in Michigan? Actually, I probably should have wrote Michigan, not Detroit, but we'll just say Detroit. Aiden.
6 cents every dollar.
6 cents every dollar. How do I write 6 cents as a decimal? Harris. So if the sales tax in Michigan, or Detroit, is 6 cents for every dollar, what percentage is that? What percentage is this?
0.06?
Yeah, what percentage is that?
0.06%.
No. Nick.
6%.
6%. Now, for Christmas, Mr. Meeks bought himself a hoverboard for $250. Bless you. What was the total cost, including tax? Because obviously, if I buy a hoverboard for $250, because that's what it said on the shelf, actually that's what it said on Amazon, am I really going to pay $250? No. I have to pay an additional amount. So what we have to do is take that $250 and we multiply it by 6%. Now, please do not type into your calculator 250 times 6. Because we have to turn that 6% into a decimal. And how would I write 6% as a decimal? Aiden? 0.6?
No, 0.06.
0.06. So how much extra money am I going to pay? Gabby? $15. The question says, what was the total? So how am I going to figure out the total cost, Shane? And there is my total cost. This number right here represents the sales tax. Where does this money go? Like, why do we have sales tax? You know, why? It's $15. Like, all right, this hoverboard cost me $250. Why do I have to pay an extra $15? Nick?
For shipping, I think, or,
No, that.
doesn't have the money go back to the government?
Yes. That's where it goes. This $15 that I pay goes to some billionaire.
So
Just goes to the
they
government.
just get the $250 while the government gets the $15?
Yep.
The government has to get a share of something.
The government has to get their money. The government has to get their hands on something.
So that's why every time you get your check, they take a couple dollars off because the rest of the money goes to the government.
Correct. Yep. So they get $15 for doing nothing, just sitting there. Yep. Now imagine like buying something, you know, like a car or something. You know, a car, $20,000 plus tax. That's $20,000 times 0.06. The government's getting $1,200. If you buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Bugatti for $350,000, government's getting $21,000. It's pretty nice. Ian? Yeah, usually they take about half for lotto. So if you win, so if the person who won $1 billion, you're only getting $500 million. Other $500 million, it's supposed to go towards education, some of it, and to fixing the roads.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
They heard about the schools. So as soon as they were making $1 billion lottery, so they were like, oh, okay, we're just going to take half of the money, then we're going to take more money just to put it on the schools, which is probably like $50,000 or $60,000 for the school.
Right. All right, let me show you how stuff changes here. Let's say we drive to Virginia Beach. The sales tax in Virginia Beach is 5%. If I were to take that same hoverboard that cost me $250 and multiply it by their sales tax, how do I write 5% as a decimal? Josh? Very good.
What is it? 0.05.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to... I confirmed her. You're welcome. Bye. I forgot to confirm Maddie's NWEA test. So, what's the sales tax for Virginia Beach? Did you use your calculators? Gage?
262.5.
Nope, that's not 262.5. That's a lot of sales tax, man. Jalen?
$12.05.
Nope, I have to disagree with that. Dominic?
12.5.
That's not money. Jake?
1,250.
You forgot a decimal somewhere there, buddy. Shane?
$12.50.
$12.50.
Wait, what?
That's what. It's the exact same. But you said it.
Yeah, but you said 12.5.
That's not money.
That's not 12.5. That's not how we say money, and it's definitely not $12.05. $12.05 looks like that, Jalen. That's $12.05. So what would the total be? We take the 250 plus the 12.50 for sales tax, and we get a grand total of $262.50. So, if there's a Mr. Meeks in Virginia Beach, they're going to be spending $262.50. The Mr. Meeks that you know spent $265. So, depending on location, depends on what your sales tax percentage is going to be. Another example. A couple weeks ago, well, a couple months ago now, I was in Chicago. True story. Their sales tax there is 10%. 10%. So let's take a look at that same hoverboard. A $250 hoverboard for 10%. A 10% sales tax. How do we write 10% as a decimal, Eliza?
0.9.
Very good. And if you type that into your calculator, 250 times 0.10, what do you get, Luke? $25. So if we add those two numbers together, the hoverboard plus the sales tax, look at how much that hoverboard would cost in Chicago.
Can't the government just print their own money?
They do.
You guys receive your receipts, you can get money back on your taxes here. I think that's what my mom told me.
Oh, really?
So if you have your receipts, you can get like the percentage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know if you have your receipts.
I do.
And take them to, do you guys do your own? Or do you guys have?
We do our own. Well, no, we take it to somebody else.
Yeah, take them and ask about that.
I will.
Someone told me that one time.
Okay.
It was a couple years ago, but.
I had no idea. Few years ago. And again, I'm just showing you this because each state, each country has their own sales tax. Honolulu, where's Honolulu at?
Hawaii.
Okay? Honolulu, Hawaii has a sales tax of 4.5%. So if I bought that same hoverboard in Honolulu, let's see how much that would cost. Take the $250, multiply it by the 4.5%. And now my question to you is this. How do we write 4.5 as a decimal? Ariana. So city in Hawaii. Okay, Ariana, how do we write 4.5 as a decimal? Like, get rid of the percentage. How would we write that as a decimal? Nope, it's not 0.45. Dominic.
4.50.
No. Shane.
It would be 0.045.
Correct. You have to move the decimal 2 places to the left, or take the number and divide it by 100. So what's the sales tax on a $250 hoverboard in Honolulu, Hawaii? Jacob.
$11.25.
Dollars, please. Money.
$11.25.
We would never say that in America.
$11.25.
Thank you. $11.25. $11.25. So then we're going to take the cost of the hoverboard plus the sales tax. And what's our total cost? Dylan. Very good.
Does sales tax depend on like population?
No.
Like Honolulu's a small city. Like Hawaii
Well,
is small.
Hawaii is small.
Does it depend on how many people live there? So why should Hawaii be
I'm really not sure on that. I know Detroit used to be big. Like if you go to Washington, D.C., or you go to Chicago, or you go to Seattle, it's like 10%. But even if you go to like San Francisco, or if you go to L.A., I think theirs is only like 8 or 9%. Actually, we're going to do Seattle right now. Or actually, we are not. You are going to do Seattle. I think I spelled that wrong. I don't know. Two T's. Seattle. Seattle, Washington. Flew there about 5 years ago. Bought a cup of coffee for $1, and I noticed that their sales tax was 9.5%, which it still is today. So what I'd like you to do is figure out the total cost of that same $250 hoverboard in Seattle, Washington.
Send your receipt somewhere. I can't remember exactly what you have to do. I didn't do it because I'm lazy, but they told me about it.
Nick Mitchell, how did you write 9.5% as a decimal?
0.095.
Very good. So what is the sales tax on a $250 hoverboard in Seattle, Washington, Shane? And when we apply the sales tax to that, what is our grand total? Ian. Money, please. There you go. So that's sales tax. Another branch off of sales tax is a 3-letter word that you apply when you go to a restaurant. It's kind of like sales tax. It's an additional charge that you might pay. Josh. Tip. Tip. I don't have it. 9 o'clock. Now, how does tip vary? Does it vary state by state? Does it vary government by government? City by city? No, tip varies by person to person. Some people might leave a 10% tip for bad service. Okay? The waiter or the waitress not once came to fill up my soda or my iced tea or my adult beverage. I was at Red Robin getting the bottomless fries. They weren't bottomless. I only got one tray. Not a happy customer. I'm only leaving 10%. Usually, older folk, grandmas, grandpas, leave about 15%. Because that's what it was when they were in their 30s and 40s. Now that they're in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, they don't have, money, a lot of money, and times are changing, and they leave 15%. But if you are your parents' age, Mrs. Knapp's age, my age, young, very young adults, 20%. This one is where that's what you should leave. That's what mom and dad should leave if you get decent service. The waiter or the waitress was nice. They were polite. They filled up my water. I got 2 baskets of fries. Everything was on time. Everything tasted good. It was a pleasant experience. You leave 20%. Could you leave 25? Could you leave 30? Could you leave 40? Could you leave 50? Absolutely. Absolutely. I went to a restaurant the other day. No joke. This is a true story with Mrs. Meeks. We sat down. We ordered this huge. She ordered an entree. I ordered an entree. Our kids ordered entrees. And it was one of my former students. Well, my bill came. It was $10. Yeah. I ordered a steak that was $25. Mrs. Meeks ordered salmon that was $18. My kids' meals were like $9.95 each. And so this former student just charged me for one kid's meal and a milk. So it's a little over $10. So I didn't leave her in 20% of $10. Let me just do this. 20% of $10 is $2. Do you think I'm going to leave her a $2 tip? No. So what I did is I calculated, my total should have been in the ballpark around $75, $85. So she charged me $10. I left on the table $26. Okay? Because in my mind, I'm thinking my bill should have been $80. If it was somebody I didn't know or I didn't teach, I would have been charged around $80. And if I'm going to leave a 20% tip, that's $16. So if it was somebody I didn't know, I would have ended up paying for my meal $96. But because it was a former student, she charged me $10. I gave her $16, which is a lot, for waiting on me for a half an hour. So my grand total was $26. The only reason why I bring this up is because some of you might be waiters or waitresses when you get older. If you happen to see me, probably shouldn't be recording this right now. You probably would be too old by then, down there. All right, so we've got about a little over 10 minutes left in class. So I'm going to give you guys I left it in my truck. I'm going to give you guys a little menu. Okay? My menu is in my truck. I apologize. I'll bring it in tomorrow. And the only reason why I was going to bring it because I had this last night. Hibachi Buffet. Yep. Yeah, why? Yeah, it is over there by the old Kroger. It's the buffet where it's all you can eat buffet. Yeah. What? It is good. It's really good. It's all you can eat too, and it's only like $9.95. Yeah, they got cookies and cakes and yeah, it's probably one of my favorite buffets to go to. My kids even eat it. Yeah. What's wrong with that? You guys don't eat at Chinese buffets?
How you say buffet?
Oh, no, it's buffet. There's no A at the end.
A lot of people say buffet.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's buffet. Your English teachers told you wrong. All right. So let's go. We're going a la carte. Egg roll, egg drop soup, 99 cents per cup, $1.99 per bowl. Let's go with sweet and sour chicken is $6.95 for a small or $9.95 for a large. And then let's go white rice is $1.99 and chicken fried rice is $2.99. Now, food doesn't have sales tax. Just so you guys know that. Right?
I think groceries.
Groceries has tax?
Groceries don't have tax. I think prepared food does have tax.
Okay.
I think.
I can't remember. I don't have my wallet on me.
Grocery store, if you buy rice, it doesn't have tax. But if you go to a restaurant,
Okay.
it does have tax.
Okay. So we're gonna have to do two things here. We're gonna have to figure out the total. We're gonna have to figure out the sales tax, and then we have to figure out the tip. So let's do this. Harris, how many egg rolls do you want to buy? Just one egg roll. All right. Oh, they're delicious. Ian, do you want to get a cup of egg drop soup, or do you want to buy a bowl? A cup. How many do you want to buy? 3. So we're going to buy 3 of those. Dylan, we're going sweet and sour chicken. Do you want to get a small order or a large order? Large. And how many orders do you want to get?
He's living large.
5. Atta boy. And Nick Weatherall, do you want white rice or do you want chicken fried rice? How many containers? 4 containers. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Let's start with the egg roll. What's our total going to be for the egg rolls? How much? Aiden?
I gotta add the sauce. I have to add the sauce.
Nope, just right now. How much is it going to
$1.09.
Money, please.
$1.09.
Thank you. Okay, so we got the egg roll done. Check. How much is it going to cost for 3 cups of egg drop soup? How much is it going to cost for 3 cups of egg drop soup? Shane. Very good. And just so you know how I figured that out, I took the 99 cents and multiply it by 3 because we're buying 3 of them. And we're done with that one. Check. All right, sweet and sour chicken. Dylan decided we're going to get 5 large containers. How much is 5 large containers going to cost, Gage? $49.75 is correct. Take the $9.95, multiply it by 5 because we buy 5 servings. Check. And last but certainly not least, we have 4 orders of white rice. How much is 4 orders of white rice going to cost? Josh. Aiden.
$7.96.
Very good. So what you have to do is take the $1.99, multiply it by the 4 servings, and you get $7.96. Very good. Now, what we need to do is figure out our subtotal. So I need you guys to add all those up for me, please. And what did you get, Luke? And 77 cents. That's not what my calculator says. Dominic?
61.47.
Money, please.
$61.47.
That would be correct. $61.47. Now, the Hibachi Buffet is in Michigan. It's in Brownstown or Trenton, whatever city that is. Woodhaven, I have no idea. What's the sales tax percent in Michigan? Jalen? 6%. So now we have to take this and multiply it by 6%. So what's $61.47 times 6%? You need to round to the nearest hundredth. Shane? Nope, I said to round to the nearest hundredth. Do not round to the nearest dollar, round to the nearest hundredth. Jalen?
$3.70.
No, hundredth. Jalen?
$3.69.
Very good. So that's our sales tax. So now we're going to do 61.47 plus 369 and you should get a grand total of $65.16. But wait a second, there's more. Our total is $65.16. Now what I want you to do is apply a 20% tip. So how much money are we going to leave for a tip? Eliza. Nope. You need to round to the nearest hundredths. Ian. Right. $13.03. So now we have to take the $13.03 and add it to the $65.16. And we get a grand total of what, Gage? $78.20. $78.19. Now, I just want to backtrack before we leave. We have 3 minutes. I want you to look at these two numbers right here. This right here is our food total. $61. Look at our actual total that we leave on the counter. $78. That's a big jump from 61. It's an extra $17 that you're leaving for tax and tip. So remember that the next time Mom and Dad take you out to a restaurant and you want to buy the most expensive thing on the menu. All right? They still got to have tax and tip. All right, we're done for the day.